A Cancer does not simply feel the world, they carry it. On their back, in their heart, behind their silence. To love a Cancer is to be pulled into something ancient, something sacred. They do not tiptoe into your life, they arrive like déjà vu, like someone your soul already remembers. But despite their emotional presence, most people never truly see them. They see the smiles, the warmth, the empathy. But they miss the depth. They miss the labyrinth. They miss the silent tidal waves crashing beneath their surface. Because Cancers guard their secrets, sometimes even from themselves. The world thinks it knows them, but behind those nurturing eyes are layers only time, love, and heartbreak can ever reach. And today, we are diving into those hidden chambers, 25 secrets, each one a piece of their soul, each one something even their lovers may have missed. Now, let us begin the journey into the soul of Cancer, starting with secret number 25. Secret number 25, they feel everything. Before you say a word, before you even speak, the Cancer already knows, not because they read minds, but because they read energy. They pick up on the shift in your voice, the tension in your shoulders, the flicker in your eyes that lingers just a second too long. They are emotional empaths, tuned to an invisible frequency most never even realize exists. In relationships, this shows up as eerie intuition. A Cancer will ask if you are okay, right as the discomfort begins to settle inside you. They will sense when something is wrong, even when you smile and say, everything's fine, and when you lie to protect them. They do not call you out, they simply carry that pain with you quietly. This is why people feel safe with them. Why friends call them in the middle of the night. Why ex-lovers still dream of their touch. But the truth is, this constant awareness is draining. They carry emotions like oceans in their chest, not just their own, but yours too. So, when a Cancer seems distant, never assume they do not care. It might mean they are overwhelmed by how much they feel. Can you relate to this? Let me know in the comments if you have ever seen this side of a Cancer. But secret number 24 explains why they are both your softest place to land and the hardest to hold onto. Secret number 24, they will nurture you to life, but starve themselves quietly. A Cancer will pour themselves into you until you bloom. They will recognize your wounds before you even admit you're bleeding. They will bring you soup when you are sick, stay up through your breakdowns, and ask how your heart is, not just how your day went. They are natural caregivers, born under the sign ruled by the moon, the celestial mother. And when they love you, they mother you in the most sacred, soul-nourishing way. They want to protect you from the very pain they know all too well. But here's the secret. While they are busy feeding everyone else, they often forget to eat. They give so much, so silently, that most people do not realize how empty they have become until it is too late. Their kindness is mistaken for invincibility. Their emotional labor becomes expected, not appreciated. In love, this can cause them to disappear into a shell of who they once were. They will shrink so you can grow. Endure so you do not have to. Hold the world together while falling apart in private. And even when they are hurting, they still ask you if you're okay. Pause for a moment. Did this remind you of someone? Because secret number 23 reveals why they never forget the words that once saved them or destroyed them. Secret number 23, they remember the things you forgot you said with Cancer. Nothing slips by. Not the way your voice cracked when you mentioned your father. Not the offhand comment you made about hating your reflection. Not the late-night confession you half regretted the next morning. They store it all, not as ammunition, not for manipulation, but as sacred fragments of who you are beneath all the noise. Cancers are emotional archivists. They remember the jokes that made you laugh until you cried and the silence that followed your deepest heartbreak. They remember your childhood dreams. Favorite song. That one night you said, I do not know why I'm telling you this, and they hold it like a vow. In love, this makes them breathtakingly tender. They will surprise you with exactly what you need, right when you need it, a note, a memory, a touch. But it also makes them vulnerable, because they remember everything you said in anger too. Words that may slip your mind echo in a Cancer's heart for years. They do forgive often, but the scar remains, etched into their softness like poetry written in salt water. And secret number 22 explains why they disappear, especially when they are in love. Secret number 22, they disappear when they are in love. When a Cancer falls in love, they do not just fall. They submerge. They dive into your world, your rhythm, your chaos. And slowly, they begin to vanish. They stop talking about themselves. They cancel plans, not to isolate, but to orbit around you. They shift their tone, soften their boundaries, reshape their routines, all to keep the peace, to avoid conflict, to keep you. To love, for them, is not just a feeling. It is a sacrifice. They may not notice it happening. They think this is love giving everything, but gradually they lose themselves. Their life shrinks. Their identity blurs. Until one day, they wake up lost inside the very love they believed would save them. This is why some Cancers retreat. Not to punish you, but to remember who they are. They disappear to reclaim the pieces they gave away too easily. Have you ever seen this happen to a Cancer or to yourself? Because secret number 21 reveals the terrifying power they hold in silence. Secret number 21. Their silence is not emptiness. It is power. When a Cancer goes silent, do not confuse it with surrender. It is not weakness. It is not uncertainty. It is a warning. Before they lash out, they withdraw. Before they cry, they go still. Before they walk away forever, they go quiet. Their silence is where they gather strength, where they assess the damage, where they feel everything without interruption. And to those who try to control them, this is terrifying. Because you cannot argue with silence. You cannot manipulate stillness. You cannot overpower someone who has turned inward and chosen peace over your approval. This is why Cancers are so often underestimated until it is too late. Their voice may tremble, their tears may fall, but when they stop speaking, it means a decision is forming. In relationships, their silence becomes a crossroads. It either means, I am trying to protect what we have, or I am preparing to walk away from what has already died. Stay with me. Because secret number 20 will show you why their love always carries a quiet ache. Secret number 20. Their love always comes with a hidden ache. To be loved by a Cancer is to be wrapped in something ancient, like a memory, a lullaby, a feeling of home. But beneath that warmth is always a soft, aching sorrow. Because they have loved before and they have lost. Maybe it was a parent who vanished too soon, a friend who faded away, a first love who shattered them. Whatever it was, they carry every heartbreak like sea glass in their chest, still sharp, but softened by time. They may not speak of it. They may laugh, give you everything, light up a room. But part of their love is always slightly guarded. A small piece of them is always bracing for the day you might leave too. And yet, that is what makes their love sacred. They love despite the ache. They love with full hearts, knowing what it costs. They love honestly, vulnerably, with the wisdom of someone who has bled and still believes. So, if a Cancer chooses to love you, it means they believe, just maybe, that this time they will not have to grieve. Have you ever felt it in someone's love like they were holding back tears, even while holding your hand? That haunting sense of emotional depth is where secret number 19 begins. It leads us into the reason why Cancers only feel truly safe when they know they can vanish without notice. Secret number 19. They need to know they can leave. Even if they never do, Cancers build connection like a home, warm, comforting, and filled with meaning. But even as they fill it with your laughter and your dreams, they are secretly checking every exit. They need to know they can leave. Not because they want to, but because deep down, they fear being trapped in spaces where their emotions are not honored, in relationships where they are only valued for what they give, not for who they are. That is why even the most committed Cancer has a hidden world, a private journal, a place where they cry alone, a quiet plan B they never speak aloud. Their loyalty is fierce, but only when they feel free inside that devotion. What most people misunderstand is that this desire for freedom is not flightiness, it is trauma. It is the memory of emotional imprisonment they promised themselves they would never return to. If you love a Cancer, do not confine them with suspicion. Give them room to breathe and watch how freely they choose you. Can you understand that kind of love, one that needs wings as much as it needs roots? Because secret number 18 reveals why they sometimes chase the very things that hurt them. Secret number 18. They are drawn to what hurts, if it feels familiar. Cancers do not always chase what is good for them. Sometimes they chase what feels like home, even if that home was cold, even if it once broke them. For Cancer, familiarity often feels safer than perfection. They are emotional beings wired for connection, and when something resembles the past, they mistake recognition for love. They might return to toxic friendships that echo a childhood bond left unresolved. They might fall for emotionally distant partners who mirror a parent whose love they had to earn. They might even defend those who harm them, simply because they understand them. This is not weakness. It is emotional conditioning, deeply embedded and difficult to break. But when a Cancer becomes aware of this pattern, they rise with astonishing courage. No one reinvents themselves more fiercely after heartbreak than a Cancer who finally declares, "This time, I will not love what wounds me." Have you ever seen a Cancer walk away from the pain they once called love? If so, you already understand secret number 17. Secret number 17. Their anger is not rage. It is grief in disguise. When a Cancer is angry, what you are witnessing is not just irritation. It is grief. Deep, sacred, unprocessed grief. They are not mad simply because you let them down. They are mad because they trusted you with their softness, and now they feel unsafe inside that trust. Their anger does not stem from ego. It comes from a wound, from a place where love was meant to live, but did not. So when they lash out, it is not about power. It is about heartbreak, camouflaged in silence or raised voices. In relationships, this makes them painfully misunderstood. They might cry in arguments, not from fragility, but from mourning. Mourning who they thought you were. Mourning the story they believed you were writing together. If a Cancer is angry, do not defend, listen. Beneath the anger is a soul trying to show you where it was hurt. Have you ever seen someone cry mid-rage? Then you will feel the truth of secret number 16 in your bones. Secret number 16. They crave closeness, but prepared to be left. No one yearns for emotional intimacy more deeply than a Cancer. They want to hear your secrets whispered at 2 a.m., to feel seen and understood beyond the surface. They crave this closeness like oxygen. But even as they pull you near, they are quietly bracing for goodbye. Somewhere in their past, someone left without explanation. And since then, they have hidden a piece of their heart, just in case. In relationships, this shows up in small tests. They may retreat to see if you follow. They may sabotage joy to protect themselves. Not because they doubt love, but because they fear what happens when love is lost. It is self-preservation dressed in tenderness. They love with their whole being, yet carry the silent ache that everything they love might disappear. To love a Cancer is to say, over and over again, "I am not going anywhere," until they finally believe it. Have you ever loved someone who needed constant reassurance? Then you will understand secret number 15. Secret number 15. They give you everything, just when you think they have nothing left. Cancers love in waves. At first, it is gentle, soft gestures, quiet affection. But just when you believe you have seen all of them, they open the floodgates, because a Cancer does not give their whole soul all at once. They test the waters. They watch how you hold their vulnerability before offering you the rest. And when they trust you, when they know their softness is safe in your hands, they give you everything, a love so deep. It feels like being chosen by the moon itself. They remember your dreams. They touch you like you are sacred. They see the parts of you that you hide from the world. This love ruins superficial affection forever. Because once a Cancer gives you everything, no surface-level connection will ever compare. But they offer this kind of love only to those who stay through every tide. Have you ever experienced a love that deepened when you thought it had ended? Then you know why secret number 14 cuts so deep. Secret number 14, they never truly let go. Even after goodbye, when a Cancer walks away, it is rarely because they stopped caring. It is because they cared too much for too long, too quietly. Even after goodbye, part of them keeps listening for your return. They grieve love in full. You might think they have moved on, but in their heart, your laughter still echoes. Your shirt scent still lingers. The memories still play like lullabies. This is why they keep things others discard: old letters, voice notes, shared songs. Not out of weakness, but because to them, love is not disposable. It is archival. Even years later, they may still wonder how you are. Still send you silent blessings. Still carry your absence like an unfinished song. And yet, they move forward. Not by forgetting, but by carrying on with a scar shaped like love. Tell me, have you ever felt someone's presence even long after they left? If so, secret number 13 will explain why. Secret number 13, they read people before words are spoken. A Cancer does not wait for explanations. They know how you feel the moment you walk in. They read energy like others read text. The tension in your shoulders, the smile that does not reach your eyes, the subtle flicker behind "I'm fine." These invisible cues are loud truths to a Cancer. This makes them extraordinary lovers and friends. They sense needs before they are voiced. They comfort without being asked. And when you lie, they do not call it out, but they feel it. This sensitivity can overwhelm them. While others skim the surface, Cancer drowns in what is left unsaid. Their moodiness is not mood, it is emotional processing. Every vibration, every silence, every shift in your soul. Have you ever felt like someone understood you without needing words? Then you will recognize secret number 12 the moment it arrives. Secret number 12, they reflect you. Even when you cannot see yourself, to love a Cancer is to see yourself in a mirror you did not know was there. Not your face, but your soul. Your softness. Your scars. Your forgotten dreams. Cancers have a way of reflecting the version of you that still deserves love, even when you do not believe it yourself. They do not just hear your words. They hear the ache within them. They do not just touch your body. They touch the part of you that forgot what warmth felt like. Falling for a Cancer often feels like coming home, not just to them, but to yourself. They awaken tenderness, truth, and innocence that you thought you had buried. They hold up a mirror that whispers, "This is who you really are. It is beautiful." But it can be overwhelming, especially when you are not ready to see that reflection. Still, they love you anyway, quietly, without judgment. Have you ever been loved by someone who saw the beauty in you, even when you could not see it yourself? Then secret number 11 will strike a chord deep inside you. Secret number 11, they fear being loved only for what they give. Cancers are givers. They nurture, they hold, they heal. They wake up early thinking of your needs and fall asleep worrying about your heart. Their love becomes your shelter. But behind every act of care lies a quiet fear. What if you only love the way they love you? What if you never truly see them, only the way they make you feel? They know how easy it is to become someone's emotional caretaker, admired for their warmth, but never truly loved for their essence. So even as they pour themselves into you, they ask in silence, "Would you still love me if I stopped giving?" This fear makes them cautious. They may hide pieces of themselves, not out of mystery, but protection. Because more than anything, they want to be loved not for what they offer, but for who they are. Tell me, have you ever felt love for your usefulness, but not your soul? Then you are ready for what comes next, because in secret number 10, we leave the surface behind and begin to uncover the spiritual depths of Cancer's soul. Secret number 10, they feel connected to things the eye cannot see. There is a part of Cancer that does not fully belong to this world. They move through life tethered to invisible threads, to ancestors, to intuition, to dreams that whisper messages they cannot explain, yet somehow understand completely. Ruled by the moon, not just astrologically, but energetically, they are lunar, cyclical, and mystical. Their emotions rise and fall like the tides, pulled by forces logic cannot measure. This makes them profoundly intuitive. They can enter a room and instantly feel the history between people. They dream of someone they have not seen in years and receive a message from them the next day. They sense when something is off, and they are rarely wrong. But it goes even deeper. Cancers often feel spiritually connected to nature, to the past, to something far greater than themselves. They are drawn to rituals, to prayer, to moonlight, to solitude. In those quiet, sacred spaces, they touch something divine. To love a Cancer is to love a soul that walks between worlds, one foot grounded in the present, the other deep in the emotional undercurrents of spirit and time. Have you ever known someone who simply knew things they could not possibly know? Then secret number 9 will not surprise you. Secret number 9. They do not fall in love. They merge souls. When a Cancer loves, it is not a spark. It is a flood. It washes over them, consumes them, dissolves the boundary between me and you. They do not just fall in love, they become love. For most, love may feel like a partnership. But to Cancer, it is a spiritual union. A merging. A quiet vow that echoes beyond time. When they love you, they carry your fears like their own. They remember your childhood like they lived it. They feel your sadness like a second heartbeat. This level of intimacy is beautiful, but also dangerous. Because when you merge souls, their pain becomes your pain. Their silence becomes your suffering. Their loss, your emptiness. This is why Cancers can appear intense, even possessive, not because they want to control you, but because they already feel you as a part of themselves. And when you pull away, they do not just feel distance, they feel abandonment of the soul. But when that merging is mutual, when the love is safe and true, a Cancer will love you with a depth that no storm can undo. Have you ever felt so close to someone it was as if your spirits had fused? Then you will feel secret number 8 in your bones. Secret number 8, they forgive deeply, but they never forget. The wound Cancers are natural forgivers. They accept apologies. They open their door again. They choose compassion even when they are bleeding. But make no mistake, they remember. Not to hold a grudge. Not to punish. But because their heart is like the ocean, it keeps everything. The laughter, the secrets, the pain. When someone wounds them, it does not simply pass like a breeze. It anchors itself. It roots inside them, quietly reshaping how safe they feel, how much trust they can give, and how long they will stay open. They may smile. They may say, "It is okay," and they might even continue to love you. But something inside them shifts. A part of their trust becomes unreachable, even if they love you forever. They will never forget how it felt to be betrayed by someone they let into their sacred space. Their forgiveness is genuine, but it is layered with memory. And for Cancer, memory is protection. If you want to stay in their life, guard their trust like it is sacred. Because to them, it is. Have you ever heard someone who continued to love you silently, yet became emotionally distant without saying a word? Then secret number 7 will explain what that distance really meant. Secret number 7. Their distance is not punishment, it is protection of the soul. When a Cancer pulls away, it often confuses the people who love them. One day they are open, warm, glowing like sunlight. The next, they seem like a shell, silent, tucked deep into themselves. But this is not punishment. It is not coldness. It is protection. Cancers love deeply, and they do not take connection lightly. Every bond is sacred to them. So when they create distance, it is because something sacred has been disturbed, a trust bruised, a wound reopened, or a sense of emotional safety lost. Instead of lashing out, they retreat. Not to make you suffer, but to make themselves safe again. In that silence, they are not plotting. They are healing, replaying every word, feeling the full weight of what was said and what was not. Asking themselves, can I still be soft here? Is this still a place where my love is protected? If the answer is yes, they return and love even more fiercely. If the answer is no, they leave. Not with bitterness, but with quiet grace and a heart still aching for what might have been. Have you ever watched someone disappear into silence to protect a tenderness they never voiced? Secret number 6 shows you why that tenderness is tied to something even deeper. Secret number 6, their loyalty is spiritual, not just emotional. When a Cancer bonds with you, it is not a contract, it is a soul-deep covenant. They do not just love you, they believe in you. Your essence, your goodness, your potential. Their loyalty is not based on how much you offer. It is based on how real you are. You do not need to be perfect, only present, honest, human. When a Cancer decides you are theirs, they protect you like sacred ground. They fight for you in rooms where your name is not even mentioned. They pray for you without saying a word. They carry your name like a vow written on their chest. This kind of loyalty is not transactional. It is not based on reciprocity. It is based on depth. Once you are inside their heart, you stay. Through your storms, through your silence, through your self-sabotage, until, and only until, you make it unsafe for them to stay. Because the same heart that would bleed for you will eventually walk away forever if it is wounded too deeply. Have you ever been loved so loyally that it felt divine and terrifying to lose? Then secret number 5 will explain what happens when that love ends. Secret number 5, they feel breakups like a death, even if they are the one who walks away. For most, the end of a relationship is the closing of a chapter. But for Cancer, it is a funeral. Even if they are the one who left. Even if they knew the love had died. Even if it was the right choice. They do not just let go, they grieve. They mourn the shared life, the small rituals, the future they imagined. They miss not just the person, but the version of themselves they were when they were with that person. The softness. The silliness. The private world they built, now gone. Even if they never speak to you again, they will visit the ghost of that love in their quiet moments. Not because they want it back, but because they felt it fully. And when a Cancer loves you fully, it never truly leaves them. This is why they may seem quiet or withdrawn after a breakup, not because they have moved on quickly, but because they are grieving behind their smile. Have you ever loved someone so completely, their absence still echoes inside you? Then secret number 4 will help you understand why Cancer's love feels eternal. Secret number 4, their love is timeless. It remembers past lives. There is something ancient about a Cancer's love. It does not feel new, it feels remembered. As if their soul has met yours before. As if they already knew how to hold you before you even met. Cancers are ruled by memory, not just in this life, but in emotional lineage, ancestral energy, and echoes of the past. They fall in love and say, it feels like I have known you forever, because in their soul, they have. They love as if they have already lost you once and will do anything not to lose you again. When they look at you, they do not just see what you did, they feel what you awakened in them. A sense of fate, of déjà vu, of a love that has always existed. But this depth carries a heavy weight. They feel heartbreak as a spiritual loss. And even after letting go, a part of them still waits for the soul they once knew. Have you ever looked at someone and felt time stop, like your spirit remembered them? Then secret number 3 will shake something deep inside you. Secret number 3, their silence is louder than screams. When a Cancer goes quiet, truly quiet, it is not indifference. It is the sound of their soul shutting the door. They are expressive by nature. They explain, they cry, they try. But when the silence comes, it means something has broken in a way words cannot mend. Their silence is not meant to hurt. It is born from exhaustion. from feeling unseen, unheard, unheld, from realizing that their love has become expected or invisible. When a Cancer stops talking, stops trying, stops showing up the way they used to, do not be fooled. Their silence is not peace. It is grief that has folded itself inward. If you hear it, truly hear it, then you are witnessing the moment they gave up hope that you would understand. Tell me honestly, have you ever felt a silence so deep it felt like goodbye? Secret number 2, their loyalty will outlast the relationship. When a Cancer chooses you, it is never casual. Their loyalty does not expire when love ends. It transforms. Even after the relationship is over, they remain beside you in spirit, defending your name, sending you blessings in the dark, remembering your birthday, your scars, your quirks, all of it. Not because they cannot move on, but because they loved you in a way that defies time. Their loyalty is not dependent on proximity. It is a lighthouse, always there, even if you are not. They may never speak to you again, but they will never speak against you. Because for them, love was a vow, and even if it ends, the promise lingers like a prayer. Have you ever felt someone's absence, and somehow it still loved you? Secret number 1, they were born to be loved like legends. There is nothing ordinary about a Cancer's love. It is not polite. It is not small. It is not temporary. It is mythic. They are the lovers who wait lifetimes, who write poetry without pens, who hold you with a reverence the world has forgotten. To be loved by Cancer is to be remembered long after you have forgotten yourself. They hold you not just in arms, but in memory, in soul, in prayer. Their love is not for the moment. It is for meaning. They do not chase love. They were born to receive the kind they give, soul deep, loyal, legendary. They do not want fragments. They are here for forevers. If you are Cancer, this is your soul laid bare. And if you love one, now you understand why it feels so fated. Now you have seen the storm behind the shell, the moonlight behind the mood, the fierce, eternal love that is Cancer. This is not just a zodiac sign. It is a force of nature, made of memory, moonlight, and love that does not fade. They will sit with your silence and still understand you. They will hold your hand like a vow. They will love you in ways the world forgot were possible. If you have a Cancer in your life, protect them. Cherish them. See their strength and their softness. And if you are Cancer, remember, your depth is not a burden. Your care is not too much. Your love is legendary. Tell me in the comments which secret touched you the most. I read every single one. Tag someone who needs to understand the magic of loving a Cancer, because some souls were never made to be explained. They were made to be felt. And Cancer, you are felt deeply, eternally, always.